So this is not a video I wanted to make. I just feel like I have to say this, and I think a lot of people are saying this. Myself as an individual, a fan of the game, and a fan of Barcelona, I support everyone that the club brings in. I support everyone on the club, regardless of who it is. That's just the type of person. I love giving people a second chance, and I'm going to root for you. And I think Barcelona as a culture and as a club does a really good job of supporting their team. Obviously, when something happens, they're going to be pissed off, they're going to be upset, frustrated in the heat of the moment like every club is. But I think with what just happened against Inter and then what happened last year against PSG in the Champions League, what's the common denominator? It's one person. Now, I'm not going to say this one person is the reason Barcelona lost both of these matches, but I will say it's a very big contributing factor. And I would be lying if I said there shouldn't be some major conversations in the club, in the organization surrounding him. And I think it might be time to find that next person. So I want to break down next what Barcelona as a club might be thinking, might be talking about, what they should do, and give my thoughts and opinions on it and how Barcelona can move past this moving forward and get better. So let's jump in. So we now have experienced a very, very incredibly shocking loss, the way that transpired last year against PSG. And then Inter Milan, 4 or 5 minutes, not even 3-4 minutes, and you can't close out a match. And you draw, going to extra time. So why did this happen? Again, I can't blame Araujo for everything, but for the third goal, the tying goal, a Serbi, a center back, an uncoordinated player who hasn't scored all season, finds himself in the box, scores on a cross. Insane. Insane. I've been saying it all year. They don't know how to defend a cross. So not only does the cross get through, and please correct me if I'm wrong, it was either the third goal or the fourth goal where there was a little bit of controversy that Gerard Martin was fouled. Was it by Dumfries or was it by Thuram? I don't remember, so correct me. But there was a little bit of that could have been a foul, but it gets through. I don't know how Araujo doesn't move his body to where it's impossible to get that shot through. He's huge. He's what, 6'3", 6'4". You're a center back, dude. Like, I get there's mistakes. This is not a mistake. I don't even know what I would call this. It's such a disappointment. I was advocating for him that he should have started the match because of his physicality alone and his strength and his height and his speed. I thought he should have been in the match. Now, I don't know anything anymore. It's so disappointing. And then the last goal, you have Cabarsi and Araujo, and they allow a guy in the box to finesse a shot far post. Like, Cabarsi, actually, I blame a little bit too, because he stands far away from the player. How do you not step up and press and put yourself right in front of that guy so he doesn't have a chance to even shoot? And if he does, it bounces right off you and goes back. Araujo and Cabarsi did not close down. Insane. So Araujo is at fault and made massive mistakes in Inter and then PSG. So what do you do moving forward? I think it's simple. I think without hesitation, you need to sign Jonathan Tah. Now, again, I know he isn't from Real Madrid or Bayern where he has all this Champions League experience, but German national team experience, Leverkusen, he's big, he's strong, it's a physical presence. I would give him a shot. And it's a free transfer, I believe, too. So you might be able to sell Araujo. I don't know how much you could get. I don't know if Bayern would still want him, if Man United would still want him. I mean, I understand that Barcelona fans were upset. I understand that. I don't know if this has tarnished other clubs. I don't know if this has tarnished his reputation so other clubs see him in a different light now. I don't think it'd be the case. I still think he could go to like a Juventus, a United, a Bayern Munich, and you could get 60, 70 million for him. And then you take that money and you go after another good outside back or a center back, or you get Julian Alvarez, because I think Lewandowski needs to leave as well. But first and foremost, this back line, it needs to get resolved, because I can't help but think if Balde or Koundé or both were back in this match, how much different this match looks. Now, I know Eric Garcia, he is the reason Barcelona scored the first goal, but everything could have changed with him because he's such an attacking threat with Lamine Yamal on the right-hand side. Balde is better than Gerard Martin, but also Gerard Martin he assisted 2 goals, so it's hard to criticize him. I did see him get beat a good amount of times on the left wing. He's not the greatest defender. He's inexperienced. He's young. I get that. I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. He's fine for depth, but I just think something has to change. And maybe it's, again, you live and die by the high line. But at the same time, the high line exposes you. And I don't know if that's a reason that Barcelona struggles with the cross because they can't mark up when there's a cross. I don't know how many times you can keep saying this. How you're professionals, arguably the best team in the world, and you don't know how to mark up on a cross. I said it before the second leg. If they don't concede on a cross or a set piece, they're going to win easily. And that's how every goal was. Almost every single goal. It's insane. I think I'd be open to the idea of selling Araujo. Reason being, too, is he really wasn't a contributing factor to Barcelona's success this year because Inigo Martinez and Pau Cubarsí were the main 2 starting backs because Araujo was injured up until January. So I honestly think if you can get Jonathan Tah, get another outside back, maybe at least a right back, then what you can do is you can also move Koundé so he can play as center back. And I would also be open to running a 3-5-2 type of deal like Inter does, where you have those 2 outside wing backs, and then you can have Koundé and Jonathan Tah and Cubarsí or Inigo Martinez, one of those 3 as the center backs. I'm not saying they should totally alter their formations, but it's something you can consider if you get another outside back. And it also gives, because Koundé has stated before he does want to be a center back. Maybe he's grown to like this more. I'm not sure. But Jonathan Tah, 100%, it's a must signing. And then they need an outside back. I don't know who they could get. But I think those are 2 absolutely, you have to sign them. And then if you can sign a luxury signing like Julian Alvarez, I'm all for it because Robert Lewandowski is, I'm just going to say it, he's useless. I don't think he's not a good footballer anymore. He's going to score inside the box. He's going to score you penalty kicks. He'll score a header here and there, but he doesn't cause havoc. He's not beating guys or his strength or his dribbling ability or his skill. He doesn't do that. He doesn't make runs. He doesn't spread the pitch. He doesn't pressure. He doesn't press the opponent. I don't know what you don't get anything from him. Because, yeah, he has 20-something goals this year, 30, whatever. I'm not even going to look. I don't even care. He has a good amount of goals. But if Ferran Torres played as much as Lewandowski, he might have as much or more. Because he actually works hard and he's faster, he's more elusive, he'll try to beat guys with his speed, and he presses and ultimately puts more stress on the opposing back line. And with Rafinha, my heart breaks for that club, especially for Pedri and especially for Rafinha. Yes, Lamine Yamal, but Pedri and Rafinha, those 2 guys work so freaking hard on the pitch. It's like it motivates me. It makes me feel for them that much more because they work their asses off. And it's so frustrating when you have someone like Lewandowski who doesn't do anything and he's so entitled. You need a player that will run and stretch and press. And maybe even you can try a different formation where you run 2 up top. It's just, you can't do that with Lewandowski. So, number 1, maybe not do the high line so much. I get it's their identity. But look what happened. Fix marking up, sign Jonathan Tah, sign a striker, sign an outside back, and I don't know what the financial situation is going to look like going into next season. If you get a good offer for Araujo, I'm not turning it down. That's what I'm going to say. I don't want to blame him for everything because, again, the cross came in on the 3rd goal, the cross came in on the 4th goal. He wasn't on the pitch for the 1st goal, and he wasn't on the pitch for the 2nd goal, so I can't blame him for everything. Everything happens. Everything starts from somewhere. It didn't all start with Araujo, but the last 2 goals finished with Araujo. And for somebody of this size, strength, speed, and supposedly one of the best defenders in the world, you need to have a better performance. Barcelona should be in the Champions League final, and they're not. It's now going on 11 years. For a club of this stature and prestige and historically successful, it's embarrassing. So if the right price comes in, Araujo, I think you gotta at least seriously consider it. So those are my thoughts. Would love to hear what you guys think down below. It's definitely been a very, very frustrating couple days. And I don't even think I'm going to watch the Champions League final. I could care less about any of these other teams. I actually hate PSG. I hate Arsenal. I don't dislike Inter, but they beat us. I actually honestly hope Inter wins because seeing PSG and Ousmane Dembele winning the Champions League final would make me so frustrated. And then Arsenal, their fan base typically is one of the worst. I don't like Arsenal. So I guess I might be shooting for Inter Milan. So let me know who you guys think wins the Champions League, who you guys want to win, and then what should Barcelona do moving into next season. See you guys back here next time. Peace.